Oh, it looks like we're on, I guess. I don't know. Hello and happy Friday. You know what? We're getting off to a good start. I can tell it's going to be an award-winning show already. Happy Friday. This is Run It Back. That is Chandler Parsons. Why are we sort of matchy? Yay!
Hey, Lou Willville.
Mr. Lou.
What happened to our whole video, by the way, the intro thing?
It just went away
No,
today.
the cartoons and stuff, remember?
Oh, I think we amped it up to make it more sleek, perhaps. We missed you, Lou.
Where's
I know
your
it's only been a
pastel
day.
pink,
Yeah,
Lou?
where's your vibe?
I didn't get the memo. I got plenty of pink in the closet. I didn't get the memo.
Part of a good team is we don't have to send a memo. You just feel it.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Look, there was only a game last night, but there's a lot to preview today, and we do have Dennis Scott on a little bit later. So we're going to start with Around the League. The NBA Cup is back. Night numero dos. We'll kick it off. Lakers at Spurs. That's a 7:30 Eastern game. Anthony Davis versus Wemby. Don't hate it. They faced off twice last season. Lakers won both. They're both averaging 20 and 10 against each other. But we're going to talk a little defense first, Chandler. Better defensive player right now.
It's tough because Wemby obviously is the future. He is the favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year, probably for the next, I don't know, 5, 7, 10 years, however long he plays. But Anthony Davis right now, I think the way he impacts the game on both sides of the floor, I got to go with him now. He's stronger. He's more physical. It's just hard to compete with Wemby's length and everything he does. But this is going to be a great matchup because I don't think Anthony Davis is ready to necessarily pass this torch to Wemby
Hell no.
and crown him as the next big thing. Anthony Davis is playing at an MVP level. He's playing at an elite level. You see they both average 20 and 10 together. I think the Lakers obviously have the advantage tonight. They're a better team. But to have this matchup in the NBA Cup with the intensity up and the atmosphere is going to be great. This is a huge game, especially with Wemby coming off a 50 ball. He's going to be riding high. No one played last night, so they should be fresh legs for the Lakers, which I think benefits them more. But this is a great matchup of two of the elite bigs in the league.
Lou, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with Chandler. You know, he still has a lot of basketball left to be played. It's not like he's at the end of his career where he's ready to surrender any crowns or any titles. He's still racking up accolades and accomplishments for himself. So passing that torch right now to Wemby, I don't see that happening. I actually see him doing the best job that he can and challenging him for that trying to anchor that Lakers defense, you know, especially with them being on the road and them having their issues out on the road. I think this is going to be a great test for them tonight. Down in San Antonio playing a very young and up-and-coming team. But at this moment, AD still feels like he's that defensive stopper for the Los Angeles Lakers and around the league. So I don't see him surrendering that anytime soon.
And I think AD's advantage, obviously, is the physicality point. I need him to be extremely aggressive early, go through his chest. You can't kind of go around Wemby, right? He's too long. His instincts defensively are too good. You got to go through him. You got to try and get him in foul trouble. But Anthony Davis should have the advantage of this. Skill-wise, they're very similar. They both can step out. They both can shoot the ball. They both can handle it. But I hope to see Anthony Davis extremely aggressive and kind of take it right to Wemby early on and set the tone.
We did, of course, just have the 50-point night the other evening from Wemby. His over-under for tonight is 24 and a half.
Who else is going to score on this? You know,
That's rude.
No, I'm saying he should. Again, this is a situation where this is all about developing Wemby and creating, you know, a culture for these guys. But this is Wemby's team. This is Wemby's show. So there's no reason tonight. NBA Cup, you know, they're not playing for a championship this year. There's a chance that they can sneak in and get to this Final Four and compete for an NBA Cup, which is a big deal for a young developing team. So Wemby should be uber aggressive. 24 points, he should fly over that because he should take 20 shots, no problem.
You agree, Lou?
Yeah,
we all have over?
Yeah, I agree. Listen, I'm going to give you a specific number. He settles in tonight at 27. I think it's 27, you know, so put your bets in for exact points. But
he's going over regardless, though.
He caught a heater from three and was really efficient. Another thing to consider, this is a completely different defense he's going to face in front of him. You know, the Lakers have their woes on the defensive end when it comes to being on the road. I understand that. But, you know, he's still going to be guarded tonight by one of the more one-on-one elite defenders in the NBA, and Anthony Davis. And I'm sure they'll throw a bunch of different matchups at him and coverages, and it'll be a lot more challenging than it was than what he saw from the Wizards. But if he shoots the ball like that, puts it on the ground like he did, and use the three-point line to open up the lane for him like he did, he's going to be well over 24. But I got him
I think 32
in at
then.
27.
All right, you guys, I'm going to go 32.
I haven't got Why is Keldon Johnson not starting all season long?
Because they've been playing around with all the different lineups. Also, Trey Jones has been out, no Sohan.
It's
kind of this, yeah. But you know what? I actually like it. It's like a spark plug. He's such an energy dude that it's kind of fun when he comes into the game. Let's talk a little LeBron. He the other day said maybe 1 or 2 years. He's not playing until the wheels come off, which don't appear to be coming off anytime soon. Do we think it's 1 or 2 more years? What do you think?
I could go either way here. I think the health that he's in right now and the shape he's in, how he's still playing at such an elite level, this dude could play for another 5 years at the pace that he's at. He's had no, hasn't had that moment like these legends do towards the end of their career where they lose a step, and he's just as good as he was his first 5 years as he has been his last 5 years. So I could go that way, or I could also see him being a type of guy where like he doesn't want that time to come, so he might retire in 1 or 2 years just at the top of his game because mentally he doesn't want to take that step back. He doesn't want to play if he's not the best. So I could see it go other way. I think it'd be a shame because I think he still has so much more to give to this game, and you hear the stories about how much money and how much time and effort and energy he puts in the offseason to be able to do the stuff that we see every single day. So I would like to see him play more. I'd like to see him, opportunity. There's rumors about his next son that he's going to play with. So that would, that's another motive for him to continue to stick around.
Does the next son like to fly United Airlines?
Yeah, I don't know, but listen, he's going to have so much opportunity business-wise after basketball too.
Already.
He's going to do the Tom Brady thing. He's going to end up owning a team. He could do commentating. He owns the agency with Rich Paul. It's just the big, he's fine. So I think he's got a lot to look forward to after post-basketball, but he's too good right now to hang out.
Yeah, 1 or 2 years, it sounds crazy to say out loud, Lou, but then you watch him, that dunk, for example, you're like, I feel like we've got time.
This is the only thing he hadn't considered. Father Time is undefeated, and he's not making that decision. LeBron isn't. He's not going to be the person to make the decision. Trust me. One day he's going to wake up, and it's going to feel like somebody stole his Space Jam basketball, and he's just not going to have that step. I'll reference back to my last season with Kobe. Kobe started that season, wheels turning, ready to go, ready to put a playoff run together. In the first 10 games, his body didn't give him what it wanted him to give. He just didn't have that step. He didn't have that pop. And then his focus became different. His focus became, well, let me go ahead and announce this retirement and enjoy my retirement, enjoy receiving my flowers from everybody around the league. But mentally, he was all there. Mentally, he was ready to go. And I think, the same thing for LeBron. In a year or two, he's going to do all of the things that's necessary for him to play. He's going to take all the steps necessary to make sure he's healthy. And then before you know it, the game's just going to get faster, and he's going to feel it, So I'm down for him playing I would love to see him play until the wheels fall off. I know that's not what he wants to do, but I'm telling you, one day you're going to wake up and it's going to be the end of the road, and everything's going to change mentally. Man.
It's crazy, too, because he's been extremely fortunate with no serious injuries. Knock on wood, he has been really blessed with his health. So it's when he's not showing any signs of slowing down, he's still arguably the Lakers' best player and the guy that's bringing the energy and taking charges and diving. You see the setback with, no offense to guys like Dirk, you could see the decline, right? You don't see any decline. You almost see him get better and wiser and, just a huge point guard floor general. He continues to have success and be so productive where I just don't even see it happening anytime soon. But
how much of that yearly $1.5 million or so that he talks about where he spends on his body, how much of that is a write-off? And if so, why are not more people doing this?
It's a write-off. You could write off.
You can write off. I mean, it's worth.
You can write off a car if it's over 6,000 pounds.
Yeah, some people have. I've seen that. That's called cheating, by the way.
Yeah.
But I wonder why more teams, more individuals don't implement when you see someone aging well, you're like, what do you do?
What's interesting too, though? I'm surprised the team that he's on doesn't take care of most of that maintenance stuff, even throughout the off season and things like that. I remember when I went to Germany to do the Kobe injection thing. My team, the first 2 times, paid for that. They can provide you sort of benefits like that to kind of upkeep your training. They pay for you can negotiate that in your contract. You can negotiate courtside seats. You can negotiate you can negotiate anything. So I know he obviously has the money. He can afford it, but
other guys, I'm thinking, wouldn't you want to do exactly what LeBron James does now?
Yeah, but I feel like if I did that with my body and he did that with his body, I don't think it'd work the same.
Give it a shot, buddy.
He's a specimen.
He's special. It's 11 games. They're 7-4 right now, Chandler. The realistic expectation for the Lakers is what?
I can't put like a second round of the playoffs or Western Conference Finals. I think they're a dangerous team that needs to continue to create an identity. They need to lock down the rotations. They need to keep developing Dalton Connect. He's shown flashes of brilliance, but he is arguably their best shooter. But the main thing is health. I think Bron and AD, they have to play at an elite level. They have to be able to defend. They have to get some production. Like Gabe Vincent's been struggling early on. They need to get some stuff from their bench. D'Lo has kind of still, you see he doesn't really fit in with his role yet. So he's got to figure out when to go, when to be aggressive. His shot selection kind of been a thing in the news with JJ and him. So I think they just need to create that identity. And obviously Anthony Davis has got to continue to play at a top 5, top 10 level MVP talks for them to even have a chance.
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah, I was going to agree. Listen, I was going to agree with you, Chandler. AD is playing at an all-NBA first-team level right now, and I think that's worth a top 4 seed in the West alone. Just now, do they have some inconsistencies? Absolutely. But if you look around the league, it's a ton of teams that are having their inconsistencies and going through the rigors of the season, trying to find identity and trying to figure out ways to play. But if Anthony Davis can continue to play at the level he's playing, that alone is worth a top 4 seed.
Hold up.
To me.
Lou, are you saying top 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4?
That would be a huge success. If they get home court advantage, that is a big deal.
And I'm saying that because I'm looking at the West, everybody's inconsistent right now. And everybody doesn't have an Anthony Davis. Like we've always criticized him for not being consistent, not being just more aggressive on both ends of the floor. He's all of those things. And when he plays at that level, you can go all the way back to New Orleans. They were a top 4 team in the league until the wheels fell off. And that was on the back of him playing that game. Now, if he can continue to play at this level, if LeBron James at 40 years old can continue to play at that level, those two guys playing at elite levels alone, to me, represents at least a top 4 or 5 seed in the West.
Like I said, I think they're dangerous, but there's also teams I think that are better than them, like Minnesota, Dallas, that are struggling right now, that are going to figure it out. Memphis Grizzlies are going to be really good when they get healthy. There's certain teams that I think are taking a little bit longer. The Lakers had the same continuity, the same core as last year, so they have an advantage in the beginning of season where they don't have to go through that whole first stage process. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Just chill.
So that I think to them is a credit to their hot start. Which other teams like the Knicks, it takes time for them to develop that chemistry.
Well, and it's funny you say that because the next 4 teams that we're about to talk about are all in the West and could very well be ahead of